Toy Story 4, guys. What's up? It's Movie Buff. Man, I have loved this franchise ever since the first one. It was something that made a huge impact on me as a child, and I still get, wet-eyed when I watch certain scenes in every single Toy Story movie. This one is no exception. It is a heartfelt, it will pull on your heartstrings. It's got that nostalgia factor for everyone that grew up with this, which I don't know no one that doesn't like Toy Story. I mean, Buzz, Woody, Bo Peep, they're all, even the little characters, Rex, Potato Head, they're all so great, and they all have their own personality, their own characteristics. We really just continue the story, they've, both, all the toys, have got, the new little girl or whatever, and she's going into kindergarten. And so this is like starting school. So it's like a big deal for her, and she's scared. She wants, she can't bring toys and stuff. And her parents are like trying to make her like grow up. Like, come on, we gotta go. She doesn't want to go. She's shy, and as a father, my daughter was exactly the same way. She didn't want to meet new kids. She didn't want to have a teacher. She didn't want to learn things. She was just so scared of the whole like anxiety ridden, So I definitely related with that. But you get back with all the crew, you kind of see how Bo Peep, goes off on her own in the beginning and stuff. Anyways, Woody takes it upon himself to sneak in her backpack on the first day of school and kind of guide her and help her. He feels like the need, to do what his job, for Bonnie and everything. So they go to class, and she, they have a little project day, and she kind of like, makes this little spork, and calls him Forky, and it's like her new little toy or whatever. And Forky, when I saw the previews for this, I was like, oh my gosh, like this looks terrible. Like, why are they, Toy Story 3 ended so perfectly. Like, it was so poetic the way they ended it. And, I was like, this is a cash grab, which all movies are, but I was like, this is a really big one. Like, this is all, they're just coming back because they're running out of ideas. And they know people will go back for this. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, these guys are iconic guys in the roles. I mean, Woody and Buzzy, I mean, they're going to go down forever in history, even all the subpar characters, we just lost, the guy that played Mr. Potato Head, we just lost him, and they was able to take his voice and superimpose him on, all the past movies that they've done, and use his voice so he could actually be in it, which was awesome. They did a little tribute to him at the end of the movie. It was really great. But I gotta say, when I saw this little Forky thing, I was not in for it. I was like, this looks terrible. Why? What's going on? So, as you get into it, you meet the Forky character. He's obsessed with the trash because he's not a toy. He's utensils and things that you throw away. A spork, when you're done with it, you throw it away. So his obsession is trash. Trash. So he's constantly running and throwing himself in the trash because that's his instinct. Just like the toys have the toy instinct. And Woody's telling him, no, you're a toy. You're important to Bonnie. This is going to be a super big moment for her, and you have such a big responsibility and all this stuff, and he just doesn't get it. So half of the movie is this damn Fort trying to throw himself in the trash. It kind of leads into the, we're going on a road trip or whatever, and of course she's got to bring Forky, and Buzz is all, trying to help Woody, like, do you need help watching them? And Woody's like, no, I got to do this on my own, exactly how the characters you expect them to be. And, Buzz, or Woody tells Buzz, like, he's like, how do you know? Like, how do you know you need to do this? And he's like, I guess it's just, that's a little voice inside you, and Buzz just, voice inside you, he doesn't get it. Your conscience is what he's talking about, but Buzz doesn't quite, he's not always, so cognizant of what people are saying. And he takes stuff very seriously and very literally. Well, Forky throws himself out the window. Of course, Woody, I'm going to catch up to you guys. He jumps out, gets Forky, rescues him. They get kind of thrown off track, of course. They get, Forky goes into this, this place right here. It's like an antique shop. They've got all these old toys, this thrown away stuff. And, you know, Woody sees, you know, they're headed back to Bonnie, and Woody sees the little lighting of Bo Peep's light. And he's just like, you know, he's like, Bo, you know, he just kind of like, you know, he's always had the feelings. He's always had the feels for Bo. So he wants to go in there. So he kind of drags Forky in there and kind of goes off mission because, you know, he's kind of, you know, got that pull from Bo, you know. And so he goes in there and he's looking for Bo Peep and stuff. And he meets this whole new cast of characters. You've got this crazy doll that is kind of like runs the place. And she's got all these puppets that just kind of like run around like her little minions or whatever. And then you meet Keanu Reeves' character, you know, Boom and stuff. And he's super funny. What do they call him in it? It's something Boom, like Rick Van Boom or something like that. Duke Kaboom. And Keanu, you know, this is the Keanu Sans. This is his year. You know, he's got John Wick. He's got this. He's got the Netflix stuff going on. So he killed it in this. Duke Kaboom is like he's kind of like this Russian doll that has been discarded and thrown away because he couldn't, as a toy, he couldn't do what the commercial said he could do. He couldn't jump as far. So he's obsessed with crashing, and he's got this mental, you know, I let my kid down, you know, that kind of deal. And that plays into a big part of later on in the movie, one of the main things that they have to do, the plots and stuff. And you've also got, you know, Keegan-Michael Peele as the bunny and the ducky, and they are fucking hilarious. They almost stole the movie for me. They killed it, man. Like, every time they're on screen, it's just electric. These guys were made for these roles. I mean, it really seems like throwaway roles. It really seems like this isn't the, you know, but you kind of see them in the previews, and they really built them up, and they lived up to the hype. There's a few scenes that you will just never forget. Sneak attack and all these things. I mean, when you see the movie, you'll be like, oh shit, like that, I'm gonna remember that forever. It's just very standout scenes. Anyways, of course, you know, Buzz and the others, they're trying to hook up with Woody, and then, you know, he meets Bo Peep in the process of, you know, what she's been doing and what she's got going on, and she's kind of like a loner toy, you know, almost kind of like, you know, she's got like an RC skunk and stuff, and she's got all these tools, and she's kind of like just going from town to town, carnivals, just getting played with by all these, you know, different kids. It just doesn't matter. And you can tell, like, she misses Woody. She misses, you know, being loved and everything like that. And, you know, like I said, they just play on all this nostalgia and these emotional heartstrings, and they just pull on every one of them. And like I said, all the new cast, so awesome, so dope. That takes you on a wild ride of emotions. And in the end, everything always, you know, it's a Disney movie, everything always works out, but it doesn't quite work out like you think it's going to work out. And that was interesting how they did this, how they chose to end this movie. And I think this probably will be the end of the franchise, but never say never, because, you know, Hollywood loves money, and these things make billions and billions of dollars. This thing has already set the record for the month. It's got like a 99, 98, you know, percent on Rotten Tomatoes. So, I mean, all the Toy Story movies are like 98 above and stuff. They're just perfect movies. I mean, really almost a perfect franchise as far as like consistency and quality and everything. And you go back and watch the first Toy Story movie to this one, the graphics are so much better, and you just forget how far we've come. I mean, when that movie came out, it was so epic and so, like, changed everything as far as the way we looked at film and looked at animation. And this was just a milestone movie back then, and this was just going to be another milestone movie in the franchise. It's a 10 out of 10. Definitely go see it. You will love it. See it in the big screen. See it in IMAX. See it in 4DX. Any way you can see it, see this movie before it gets out of theaters. I definitely recommend it. Until next time, see you at the movies.